Divinity is spinning me. The oracle has shown it's you. The tarot cards say so much truth, and now the past is haunted too.
Hello, hello. Welcome, Earth signs. Let's see what's going on for you today. I will be doing the individual signs at the end, okay? So, we're starting off with this, trying to complete something, taming the wind. Might be trying to not speak to someone, especially if this is talking about a twin flame or divine love. Okay, this could be your moon sign as well, I'm getting, but it is a very interesting energy that is showing up. There's an attraction here. Definitely this attraction is to the divine feminine, okay? But it means crossing through a big transformation and kind of starting another world. I do feel like energetically this has started already. It's just not there yet. There's some fears either around children or around, it almost feels like fears about the inner child, okay? So let's see what is going on here. All right. So we've got the overview, what's still impacting from the past, current energies, thank you Spirit, and future possibilities. All right, I know. I'm quite pale today, guys. Just deal with it. All right, Two of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. So this is something that could be very, very successful, but there is layers and layers and layers, okay, of the onion, right? Layers of healing that have yet to be even started in terms of this connection. And this could be also things that can't happen until you are in union. Okay, what's still impacting from the past? Wise fox. Okay, this is that energy of death and rebirth, scorpionic energy. Somebody's been through a big ending before and could have lost a father, perhaps at a young age, or lost the father of a child, but there's still a whole lot going on in that, a whole lot of grieving going on in that. Current energies, okay, Three of Swords and the Four of Cups. Somebody is like, I'm in the final processes of healing here, but I don't feel like I'm ready for love. Future possibilities, there is the Lord of Cups. Whether we're ready or not, love is going to show up in the future when it gets there. So let's see what Spirit has to say about all of that. Okay, Two of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. We've got the World, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, there's this feeling that someone here is balancing everything on their own. Whatever this ending was, it was a big ending. Somebody's balancing it all on their own, taking care of all of the needs, and in an energy of, I can do it myself, okay? The Wise Fox here. King of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. It's almost as if there's like, I know I cannot go backwards. I know I cannot be in that energy again. I know I cannot go back to that. I know I cannot relive this. And yet in my mind, somebody is reliving this again and again and again, whatever this relationship is. And we had one that was very logical driven, very wise, and we had the other that was very playful and very full of sparks and passion and fire and flowing and kind of in control, and one of those like really beautiful connections that you don't want to forget. 3 of Swords, 4 of Cups, 9 of Cups in reverse, 4 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. Again, somebody's heart hasn't yet fully healed. And so they keep singing that song, Celine Dion, I think it is, My Heart Will Go On. Okay. Lord of Cups. Oof. Judgment. The Crossing. Thank you, Spirit. The 2 of Cups. The High Priestess and the 9 of Swords. When this arrives, it's going to be hard, because it's almost like this person feels, or when things get serious, this person is going to feel like, I can't let go of the past. I can't let go of this, even though this new energy feels so good for me. And it's a lot of fears. It's a lot of fears of, if I am happy again, then somehow I'm dishonoring who I've been and where I've gone. There is a lot of fears that somebody has here. Okay, this is a very specific read here for somebody needed to hear this. Okay. 2 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Emperor, and the 8 of Swords. For someone, this just could be still hanging around from childhood. Maybe you lost a father, okay? Or a very important grandfather, all right? Could have been a dear friend as well. But I feel like whatever it was, it happened fast. And there wasn't really time to process and grieve this. Okay. The World. Again, we've got 10s, 10 of Cups, 4 of Cups, and the Hierophant. It's like that this higher part of yourself wants to let you know that this did play out the way that it was supposed to play out. Some of us are meant to have these gaps where we go through a big process, a big almost like reflection of our life after a great love and stability and loss, to really find our soul purpose. And when we get there, we're given another opportunity for love. Ace of Swords here in the past. Thank you, Spirit. We've got the Fool, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. There's a lot of if-onlys. If I only had another chance, I'd do this differently. If I only had another chance, I'd do that differently. And that's what's bogging this down. Unfortunately, that's not how our timing works in this dimension. And so you cannot go back and rewrite the past. But there is a great desire of someone to want to go back and change things. Okay. 2 of Swords, current energy. Five of Wands, the Hermit, and the Six of Cups, okay? There's almost a feeling of, I just want to stay in this grief. Because this Five of Cups on the Six of Cups have started to bloom, but there's still one that's like, I can never be happy again. And there's a bit of a fantasy world that somebody has created here. Okay. Nine of Cups in reverse. King of Swords. Judgment. And the Seven of Swords. You may feel like you were lied to, betrayed by whatever this was in the past. Maybe they knew that they were ill and they didn't tell you, or maybe you're just mad at, somebody here might be just mad at God. It's like, why would you bring me to this point of happiness just to have this battle ensue and have it be taken away? With the Lovers, there's always something, okay? And that's what I feel like Spirit wants you to know. Future possibilities, Judgment, and the Two of Cups, okay? Seven of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands. There's feelings here, Ace of Swords at the bottom, and you know it. Somebody who is more than a friend. Okay, we've also got this energy of, it feels like it's quite a burden to feel this feeling again. Nine of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Again, just because you're like, you're waiting for some sort of sign almost. And this could be your sign. Like you're waiting for some sort of sign of, how do I move forward with all of this in my heart? How do I do this when it doesn't feel like I'm honoring, okay? You're waiting for the sign, High Priestess, to say it's okay for me to move forward. It's not going to dishonor everything that I was before this. And you're not. But that has to come from within you. It cannot come from outside of you, okay? Let's go ahead and see what the universe wants to say, and then I will go ahead and I will move into the signs, okay? Thank you, Spirit. The Lovers trying to come out, Kitty Wampus, 10 of Cups, and again, we've got the Hermit, the wisdom teacher. This is it's almost like for some of you, looking back at the past, looking at old pictures, trying to think of everything and honoring love, but not honoring the love that's still available for you. And I do feel like some of you are afraid to lose some of this because you're afraid of what, almost like the memories that you'll forget, maybe from, you know, maybe from what your child will forget. And I do feel like some of you are going to put this new person through the ringer. Okay, roles can be reversed, but I feel like it's almost like a, here I am and now I'm not here, and they don't know what to do. I feel like they are waiting for you to find security in order for this to move forward, okay? So let's see what else is going on here, okay? Taurus, thank you. 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. There could have been third-party energy here for you, Taurus. Or if you separated from someone or from a job, they're showing me that what it showed up as being wasn't what it ended as. And in the end, you're hanging on to this one tiny piece, okay, of wherever you've been. And that's what's keeping you from making this full movement forward. Thank you, Spirit. The Tower crossing the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Okay. There's a lot of, again, looking back at the shock of not knowing. It's almost like you're afraid to really put your heart into something, person, place, or thing, and get shocked again. Because there's this part of you that feels like you were, like, this came out of nowhere. So how can you possibly be prepared for whatever it is that you are moving towards? But you sense something, that this is worth discovering. This is worth checking out more. I've got the Ten of Pentacles here on the bottom, plus that discovery. I do think that you know there's something worth it here that you want to try to figure out, okay? How does this energy that Taurus is dealing with, or that is approaching Taurus, how do they feel about them? Thank you, Spirit. The Moon, the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. They don't know what hurt you in the past, but they recognize that you're not moving forward because you are afraid to move forward. You're not moving forward because you are very uncertain about what this is going to be for you, okay? What this means to you. The word wants to be written, okay? I do feel like even if you can't speak to all the feelings that you have, now in the midst of this season would be a beautiful time for you to write what it is and release it. Because that's kind of the part that you haven't transformed. I don't think you've really spoken to what you're truly feeling about in all of this, okay? So I hope that that helps you, all right? Virgo, thank you. No, I don't know why I picked up this deck. 10 of Wands, okay, that obviously wanted to come out for you. And again, the Hierophant on the bottom. I do feel like you carry a great burden from either past life energies, old legal energies, or just like a higher loss, okay? Thank you. Crossing the energy here of the Hermit with the Two of Swords and the King of Swords. Okay. This is where the unknown comes in for you, is that you are still carrying this. even though you don't see that you are still carrying this past King of Swords energy from the reading. And it impacts the way that you see things, because you see things from your younger self and not from who you are right now standing here today. And this is your big struggle, is there is unhappiness today and sadness and a little bit of darkness, and you don't want to deal with that. Okay, the Emperor, Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. There we've got the Queen of Wands again. You're really trying to hang on to this part of yourself. And it is a creationist sort of an energy, Spirit's showing me, where you didn't feel that your worth came from necessarily the heart. And so you do kind of eclipse that, and in some ways you do betray your own heart sometimes in all of this, because of this past that you have not cut yourself free from. Okay, and I do feel that it's a deep denial within yourself, and you may continue to connect with partners who have very cold feet when it comes to offering you something, because there is almost like an overload of intellectualism and maybe even sexuality, fire, before there is any sort of heart energy, grounded energy. And that heart energy sometimes comes out as anger instead of love. You are deserving of love, okay? You really are. You are deserving of love. And this is what Spirit wants you to know, okay? And even though whatever creatively is coming towards you to create this frequency of love is very different from you, they don't want you to question it. They want you to ground yourself in that solar plexus of knowing true love and blossoming from it. Okay. How does this person you're dealing with or coming towards you, how do they feel about you? Okay. Again, Queen of Wands, Justice, and the Hierophant. They do see that you're still carrying that old energy. Okay. Underneath, they want something a little bit new. Okay. I feel like you've touched the heart space a little bit. Maybe it was around, they saw a little spark of it around like a holiday, like Valentine's or something. But you don't usually put that part of yourself out there. It comes, even when you're speaking to love, it comes from a very logic-filled space. Okay. And there is a part of this of, again, I feel like you have to speak even to what you've lost, speak to that energetically, and kind of let that go, let that part heal, let it end, let it die. Okay, because you are hanging on to something here. They just showed me a heart, they showed me a peach, and they showed me an S. Okay. Seeing the true you. Coming into your emotions, that will be the truth of who you are. That will balance things. Angel number 1111 here, okay? And Spirit is saying that has to come from within you and your work. It cannot come from outside of you, okay? I hope that helped you. Capricorn. Thank you. 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and Justice. Okay. The World on the bottom and the Moon. You could have had third-party energy here, and you're trying to rebuild after it. This could have led to a breakup in the past. For some of you, you're trying to lock things down now. For others of you, you're trying to reestablish a connection. Third party can be person, place, or thing, but you are trying to reestablish a connection, and you've got your eye on the prize, but it's taking a while to get there. Okay. They just showed me a flat tire, which could be a sign for someone. Okay. Princess of Cups, the Hanged Woman, and the 6 of Pentacles. I do feel like there's holding back here. There may be movement forward. Specifically, Leo season could have been a good movement forward for you. Could have included travel, enjoying each other. But I do feel that someone here feels like they're carrying the load of this. Someone here feels like they still feel the energy of the past in the room. Okay? And if this is someone you lost, they know you're not over this. Okay? We have the Ascending Masters trying to come out in reverse with friends and colleagues. Okay? So I do feel like you're keeping a lot of this to yourself. You're keeping a lot of this under wraps. You're like, I can manage it all. I can manage all of my emotions. I can do this, deal with this darkness, deal with this all on my own. But you can't really, you're not really feeling that, okay? How does this person that's on your mind or who is coming forward, how do they feel about you? Thank you. 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. They know that you're keeping some of this to yourself. They're doing everything they can to try to make this work. 7 of Cups in reverse on the bottom. To try to make this work, to try to determine if this has that possibility. But they feel left out in the cold. If this is just about work, I feel like nobody really knows what you're doing. You're kind of a dark horse right now in whatever you're doing, and nobody really knows what this path is of what you're seeking and why you've changed. Receiving. It's almost like Spirit saying, drink the Kool-Aid, okay? If there's something in the past, if there's something you're hiding that you still want, maybe you need to drink the Kool-Aid and fully open up to that emotion. Or if this is someone that's still a possibility in your life, open up to that and let that have a moment to see Is this what is meant for me, or is it not? Okay. For others of you, I am getting, it's like the past is gone. You're still lingering in that. And it's time almost like to honor it and move on. Okay? So let's go ahead and get some oracle cards here, okay? Making bread. Wednesday. This message could be landing. I'm recording this on Thursday. This message could be landing just to confirm something that came in yesterday for you. But it also is talking to you about an incoming message that really opens your eyes, okay, about maybe even the past. Freya, okay, Friday, I feel like maybe this comes from family and it helps you to heal and almost like rebirth, reparent yourself after such a long time coming. Your birthday could be very important or brings in a completed cycle. Again, I do feel like something's coming in before you're ready and you're not sure how to deal with this. Could happen in Libra season, and this is something that's all in on the one side, not so sure on the other. Okay, but some of you over this next season are going to remain emotionally unavailable while you work through this, really because you're not ready for that leap of faith. Okay. Let's get some love messages here. Thank you. Protected. Okay. This could be a very protected love. It may feel like home right from the beginning. Fairy tale sort of a love. A lot of passion. Again, someone sees you as being that passionate person from the past, and there's a lot of emotionality there that needs to be explored. Again, there is communication coming in. I feel like somebody's waiting for your response, especially if they just had a birthday. You may have just kind of gone silent. I feel like you're afraid to move forward. Okay, this person doesn't want to let you down. Again, there's a lot of passion here, a big spark here. Thank you, Spirit. And I feel like there's a lot of forgiveness here that needs to happen, because you did feel like this mission of yours from the past was cut short, but you feel like where you're going right now is where you need to be. You do know that, but you don't know where it's going to lead. And that's, I think, kind of scary for you. What lesson are you learning here? And then I am going to move. Someone needs to hear this. It just keeps yelling at me. Okay. Divine guidance. If you do have someone that passed over, and you came upon this was sent for you to hear this from them. Okay. That's why you came across this. Lesson, and then I'm going to close it with an oracle. I'm getting a very feminine ring, okay, in my ear. Success. You have the power to transform any moment on the path to victory. I have found the self-confidence to shine and attracting my rewards. So if you're worried about whether or not all of this can be successful, I feel like it can. But I do feel like that is up to you. Okay. Vision quest. All right. I feel like you've been dreaming of love, and it's funny, they showed me the initial CV, but it almost to me felt like I don't know, weirdly like a communication, like they were trying to talk about this as a special communication. But I do feel like you feel this, but you're guarding yourself, okay? And the 6 is the number of choice and love, so it is all on you. So I hope that this helps you guys. I love you so much. Have a beautiful rest of the week, and I will see you next time. Much love. Bye.